All right. So, Cam Newton. All right. Welcome to Raw Dawgs Radio. I am here with Brian Snow. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes. So, Cam Newton.
That's an hour in and of itself, man.
Now, let's just be honest. Cam Newton has a history of bad takes.
Uh-huh.
All right, based on ego. And his ego is well earned, it's well deserved.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep.
But sometimes he kind of puts his foot in his mouth. So he labeled Jared Goff, Tua Tagovailoa, Dak Prescott, and Talkin Purdy as game managers instead of game changers. Now, my thing is, Cam Newton, he labeled what he called game changers. He said there was only 3 in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, your guy out in Kansas City,
Patrick Mahomes.
Your boy out in Baltimore,
Lamar
Jackson, and of course, your guy out in Buffalo,
Josh Allen.
He said that they take care of the football.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, your boy out in Kansas City,
Patrick Mahomes.
He does take care of the football.
He does.
He makes spectacular plays.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City would be what we know them to be the past couple years since he started if he had any wide receivers outside of Travis Kelce.
Yep.
All right. We've seen them drop passes.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them line up both sides.
Kadarius Toney.
Right. We've seen them not run their routes correctly.
Kadarius Toney.
Right. So I cannot deny that Mahomes is indeed a game. He's a game changer.
He is.
I'll give him that. The guy makes exciting plays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lamar Jackson takes care of the football.
Yep.
Finally got a receiving core that can catch the football, that can play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He makes plays.
Right.
Right. Especially late in games. We've seen that.
Yes, we have.
Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He has the receivers.
Yes, he does.
He can make plays.
Mm-hmm.
But he turns the ball over consistently.
A lot.
How do you turn the ball? I mean, he turns the ball over consistently.
Yep. Since he's been in the league.
Yes. So
he's been in the league. He's been a turnover machine.
Right. So is he a game changer? Or is he just a good game manager?
The latter. Good game manager.
Right.
Because you don't commit, like Dak Prescott, you don't commit that many turnovers and are labeled a game changer. That just don't happen.
Especially when your turnovers down by your own 1 yard line cost you a game.
Minnesota, hello.
Yes, cost you a game that you had in your back pocket 3 times within 5 minutes.
The defense in that game last year against Minnesota, that defense stopped the Vikings at the 1 yard line. All you had to do was get a couple of yards out. Game over. Nope. Fumble the football.
He could have easily of course, he fumbled the snap.
Yep.
Had he not fumbled the snap, they would have won that game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But Josh Allen got a Josh Allen.
Mhm. Josh Allen got a job. Absolutely, just like, and I hate ruffling your feathers. Just like Justin Fields got a Justin Fields.
Okay, well,
When I do my draft coverage,
but it's fine.
I know. When I do my draft coverage, I want you with me that night because I plan to do the entire first round. I may do the entire weekend, depending on where we are and what we're doing. But I want you for that first round at
All
least.
right. Yeah, we'll make it a watch party.
All right, cool.
All right, now, as far as I'm concerned, look, ever since the players started getting their money from Vegas, they got their little 14% from gambling made in Vegas. There's no doubt that the NFL is rigged. You cannot tell me that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, as far as the Josh Allen fumble against the Vikings, like, come on, man, the probability of that is Giants Eagles in the 70s, early 70s.
Jeff Pisarcik.
Yeah, Jeff Pisarcik, stupid.
Jeff Pisarcik fumbled the snap, and Herman Edwards ran it in.
I'm sorry, my mic was all over here. I hope my sound wasn't bad. You had to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Herman Edwards.
Hello.
You play to win the game.
So let's start off with little fourth round pick, Dak Prescott.
Oh dear, do we have to start with him?
Yeah, because I mean, look, let's not deny it. Tua is indeed a good game manager.
He is.
He's a good game manager. If you put him on any other team, he might have some struggles.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he might have some struggles
because he's not running that 49er offense, not with that precision.
Oh no. That was a quick strike offense.
That's the God invented by the Godfather of the West. You've done your research on the 49ers. The Godfather of the West Coast offense, Bill Walsh.
Yeah,
the late great Bill Walsh. Now every team in the NFL runs a version of the West Coast offense that he perfected.
Did we or did we not watch the 49ers this last year? Or was it? No, it was last year. Or was it early this year? Did we or did we not watch them run the tight end up the middle play where you take the two backs, you run them out, and the guards go out, making it look like a screen, leaving the middle wide open. We saw
wide open.
Super Bowl Super Bowl 19.
19.
Yep.
19. And that time the tight end was the late great Russ Francis.
Thank you.
And the bad part is they ran it on back-to-back plays.
And they couldn't stop it.
No.
Couldn't stop it.
Each time was a double-digit play. The first time they got 15. The other time they got 13. And that led to a touchdown.
Embarrassing.
and the bad part is the Dolphins made an adjustment the second time the 49ers were going to run the play. But then Montana threw a wrinkle in there with a fake to Tyler and a fake to Craig. Russ Francis is free again.
I'll never get one of the announcers. He said Francis was sitting there on a lawn chair.
Yes.
Waiting on the ball to come.
Waiting on the ball. Twice.
That's ridiculous. So getting back to this. So Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying no, he's a game changer.
Who told this lie?
One of them ESPN morons.
I'll say it again. Who told this lie?
So let's start with, and I love Pro Football Reference because they have all your stats.
Yes, they do. Love that.
So Prescott started in 2016 because we have to start with Brock Purdy, his rookie year.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So here you have his losses. He lost to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Then they rattled off all these wins, and then they lost to the Giants again.
Yep.
All right. The first loss was a 2019 loss. Then they lost again 10-7. And then they closed out the season with a 27-13 loss to Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but he only played sparingly. He was he was 4 of 8, 50%, 37 yards, and then he was out the game.
And in that 20-19 loss, they had a chance to get down and get the winning points, but when Prescott found his receiver, he did not get out of bounds. He did not get out of bounds, and the clock ran out.
So we can't blame that on Prescott. All right. So the following year, all right, he lost to Denver 42-17.
Yep.
Then a couple weeks later, he lost to the Rams 35-30, and the game wasn't close.
Nope, it wasn't.
Got points in garbage time. Then they turned around and lost to Green Bay 35-31.
Yep.
That game wasn't close either. Garbage time points.
That game was never in doubt.
Right. Then they turned around a few weeks later and lost to the Falcons of all teams. 27-20. 27-7. And then followed that up with a loss to Philadelphia 37-9.
Ouch.
And then followed that up with a loss to the Chargers 28-6.
Of all teams. I'll
all
say
right?
of all teams. The
Chargers.
Chargers and the Falcons in the same damn year.
And Brandon Staley wasn't even the coach. How do you go 20? How do you go 20 for 27? 179 yards, but 2 interceptions. 179 yards passing. That's terrible. Then, of course, they turned around and, like, before the last game of the season, they lost to Seattle 21-12. And that was the Russell Wilson.
Goodness gracious.
So now you turn around. Of course, these were playoff years, and we'll get into that.
Yep.
Then you turn around in 2018, you lose on opening day to Carolina 16-8.
Of all teams.
Then you turn around 2 weeks later and lose to Seattle 24-13.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't close.
Yep.
All right. Now,
wasn't even close.
Yeah. So, all right, keep track of these. I want you to keep track of the double-digit losses. All right, can you do that? So,
I'll try.
All right, so you got the one against Philadelphia.
Yep.
Okay. Then you've got the one to Denver.
Yep.
All right. Then you've got the one to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
The one to the Chargers.
Keep going.
All right. Then you got the one to Seattle.
Yep.
All right. And that's 2017. 2018. Yep. The one to Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then you got the one to Seattle.
Yep.
All right. Now we're back on track. They lost to Houston 19-16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then a couple weeks later, you've got the loss to Washington 20-17. And then you follow it up at home with a loss to Tennessee 28-14. How many double-digit losses is that?
Looking at 9.
Okay. Then a couple weeks later, you went on a 4-game winning streak. You beat up on Philly, Atlanta, Washington, New Orleans. Barely beat New Orleans.
Barely. There you go.
Yep. I think this when Drew Brees was throwing with his elbow, his arm was hanging off.
His arm was hanging out the socket.
Yeah.
His arm was hanging out the socket.
Then you turn around and lose to the Colts 23-0.
You know what? My wife and I listened to that game. We were living in Terre Haute, and she said to me, "Do you think the Colts are going to beat the Cowboys?" I said, "Hell yeah, they're going to beat the Cowboys." It got so boring because the Colts were busy kicking their ass so much. We fell asleep by halftime. Wake up, and I'm listening to my buddy Matt Taylor, who's the voice of the Colts. And we heard the final score 23-0. Jody looks at me and I look at her and we both bust out laughing. And then Jody says, "Well, we didn't miss much in the second half," because it was like 13-0 at the end of the half, and it wound up finishing 23-0.
Manhandled.
They got rocked. They got rocked.
So how many losses is that by double digits?
10.
Okay. Now, let's go on to 2019.
All right.
3-game winning streak. You lose to New Orleans 12-10.
Uh-huh.
And then you follow that up with a loss to Green Bay at home 34-24.
That's 11.
Then you turn around and lose to the Giants 24-22.
Uh-huh.
2-game winning streak, and then you lose to Minnesota 28-24 because you ain't beating Kirk Cousins. You're not beating Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. I don't care what you say.
Hey, we found that out the hard way on Monday Night Football, okay?
Now, Kirk Cousins, if you want to call him a game manager, that's fine. But that's a game manager that can start for any team in the NFL, and a lot of people would be glad to have him.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They'd be glad to have him.
And he's gonna be a free agent at the end of the year.
What does my boy Ben say? Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins.
For him to, you know what? For him to literally be, and I don't mean to disparage him or anything. Keep in mind this is comedy, but for him to be a corn-fed country white boy, all caught up in his religion, buying his clothes from Kohl's and whatnot.
Right.
That dude got some soul.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He does.
The brother got some soul. And the first time I saw him play at Michigan State, he pulled a Joe Montana drive.
He sure did.
Bowl game, his last bowl game. I mean, he was running, throwing, and everything. And they got the win with seconds on the clock.
He was doing it all.
I wanted us to Kirk Cousins.
My like I said, my friend said it best. Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins.
Yeah, that kid. I give Kirk Cousins the utmost respect. So please don't be offended by what I'm saying. I'm just,
we're just having fun with this, folks. But Kirk Cousins, especially when he was at Michigan State, was a hell of a quarterback.
Yes, he was.
All right.
Yeah,
he was a hell of a quarterback.
So then they turn around and they lose to the New England Patriots 13-9. But that's Bill Belichick.
Of course.
Back in 2019.
Of course, that's the hoodie. That's the hoodie.
Right. Then they follow that up with a loss to Buffalo 26-15.
That's 12.
Then they turn around and lost to Chicago 31-24. All right. And Chicago was not a good team in 2019.
Oh, hell no.
All right.
Oh, hell no.
They rebounded against the Rams, and then week 16, they lost to Philadelphia 17-9.
Yep.
How many is that?
12.
13.
13. Thank you.
13. So 2020, this, as you can see, this was his injury year. All right, so they lost to the Rams 20-17 to start the season. Barely beat the Falcons 40-39. Lost to Seattle 38-31. And then they lost to my Browns. Okay. 49-38. How many does that make?
That's 14.
Okay. Look, he went 41 for 58, 502 yards, and 4 touchdowns with 1 pick. Couldn't pull it out.
Nope.
So here we are in the 2021. Y'all people's real memory now. This is now by now, Dak Prescott, he's got his football legs, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now he's the bona fide starter. He got the contract because remember he signed the contract in 20 at the end of 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got his starter contract. He fresh, ready to go. You lose to Tampa Bay 31-29 to open the season.
Right.
Then you went on a 6-game winning streak. Well, yeah, 6-game winning streak. Oh no, he was inactive. So let's say he won 5 games and then he was inactive against Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then he came back and he lost to Denver 30-16.
Right.
How many does that make?
15.
Okay. Turned around, stomped Atlanta out at home 43-3. Then they lost to Kansas City, led by a real game changer.
Patrick Mahomes.
19-9. How many is that?
16.
Then they lost to the Las Vegas Raiders 36-33. How the hell do you lose to the Raiders? They didn't even have Adams.
No.
Adams wasn't even on the team yet.
Nope.
Still in Green Bay.
Suffering. He was suffering.
So then you go on a 5-game winning streak, and then you lose at home to Arizona 25-22.
How? 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 That's my only question. How?
But you know, people want to label him a game changer.
Right.
Now, so the next year, they lose at home to Tampa Bay 19-3. How many is that?
17. He
didn't even play. Your boy wound up playing. He played for 5 games. Who was that? What's the backups?
Cooper Rush.
Right. Now remember, Cooper Rush during this time, well, no, not this time, but during this time, people were saying that Cooper Rush might actually take Dak Prescott's job.
I remember that.
Yeah. So he comes back, 2-game winning streak, and then he loses at Green Bay 31-28. All right. Went on a 4-game winning streak, then lost to Jacksonville 40-34.
Of all teams.
Yeah. And matter of fact, let's see. No, he wasn't a rookie. It was his second year. Lawrence. It was
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. So you win 2 games and then you close out the season and then you lose to Washington 26-6.
That's 17 double-digit losses.
17. Now
and the last one against the Redskins wasn't even that close. It wasn't even that close.
And who was their quarterback?
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke? Okay.
Taylor Heineke.
So this year, you open up the season with 2 good wins. You beat the Giants 40-0. You beat the Jets 30-10. And then you turn around and lose to Arizona 28-16.
Of all teams, that's 18 double-digit losses.
Who was Arizona's quarterback?
It wasn't Josh Dobbs.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was Dobbs.
It was Josh Dobbs.
It was Josh Dobbs. That's right. It was Josh Dobbs.
And that game wasn't even close.
Nope. I was thinking Colt McCoy was.
Oh, Colt was gone after 22.
Okay.
All right. So how many double-digit losses is that?
18.
Okay. Then you beat New England Patriots. You know, they're garbage.
Of course.
Then you went up against Brock Purdy Mouth. Brock Purdy Mouth. And you lost 42-10. How many double-digit losses is that?
19.
Okay. Now keep in mind, they supposed to be kind of neck and neck for MVP, right?
Who told this lie?
He was on ESPN.
Like I said, who told that? Who told that lie?
Yeah. You barely beat the Chargers 20-17. Of course, you got the Rams 43-20, and then you turn around and lost to the Eagles 28-23 in the game that really wasn't that close. Really wasn't that close. Of course, you rattled off a 5-game winning streak, and now you lost to the Buffalo Bills 31-10.
That's 19?
Even 20.
It's even 20. Even 20.
20. You know,
20 double-digit losses, folks.
And that's just regular season.
Yes.
So let's get to the playoffs.
Shall we?
Playoffs. He's played in 6 playoff
Playoffs?
games.
Playoffs? What are you talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Lucky we can win their game. Another game.
Another game.
Oh my God, that game was more a fire. You know that, right? That.
Yeah, because they lost to the 49ers.
Yeah, they got
40 to. They lost to the 49ers 40-21. They lost to them 40-21, and that's where that rant came from. That loss.
Let me see if I can imitate the whole thing. Okay, so we couldn't do diddly poo. How many? When you throw 2 pick sixes, you fumble the ball. You miss.
When you
Because he threw Peyton Manning under the freaking bus
and ran him over.
7 times.
and ran him over. He threw Peyton Manning under the bus, under the semis that moved them to Indianapolis and ran him over backwards.
Then peed on him.
And then peed on him. Yes.
And Jim Moore was a damn good coach, man. He was a damn good coach.
He was.
Yeah, I don't think he never coached again after that, did he?
No.
Yeah.
No.
He was done.
Not after that.
So we're gonna see how close these losses were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first playoff game of his career, lost to Green Bay 34-31.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This was the divisional game. Let me see.
It's Green Bay and it was Aaron Rodgers. That's all I got to say about that.
So here we go. They were down 21-13 at the half.
Yep.
Then 28-13 in the third quarter. Then the Packers went ahead and kicked 2 field goals, and of course, the Cowboys went ahead and put up some garbage points in the fourth quarter
and garbage yards.
Yeah, the game was over.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that. Then in the divisional game, get it, where they lost to the Rams.
I'm doing about as much research here and sending my stuff out as you are, so we're both clicking a lot of buttons here.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Folks, I produce 2 shows. My EP Cole Johnson help produces the morning show, and I send it out to my syndicators. So we're both like doing 100 things at once.
It's cool. So here you can see they took a 3-0 lead. The Rams did.
Yeah.
Then of course Dak Prescott came back 7-3, and then the Rams kicked another field goal, and then they had a rushing touchdown that made it 13-7.
Yep. After
that, Todd Gurley a 35-yard rushing touchdown, 20-7. Then Zerline a field goal, 23-7. And then Ezekiel Elliott got in there, and they got the 2-point conversion that made it 23-15 Rams. And then CJ Anderson ran it in for 30-15.
Yep.
Then with 2:11 to play, Dak Prescott a 1-yard run that made it 22-30. So the game was over with 7:16 to play.
Yep.
The game was over. So that's 2 losses.
Yep.
That's 2 losses. Now let's get
this.
Yeah, let's get to the Niners game. What year was
this was 20 end of 21, start of 22, because I was working at a hotel when this game happened.
Yes. So Elijah Mitchell for the Niners, 7-0.
Yep.
Robbie Gould, 53-yard field goal, 10-0. Robbie Gould again, 40-yard field goal, 13-0.
13-0.
Then Amari Cooper got in the end zone, so 13-6. This is almost this is in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So then Robbie Gould ended the half with a 52-yard field goal, 16-7.
Yes.
Then Deebo Samuel, 26-yard rush, 23-7.
How does my
Then in
friend
the fourth,
Playmaker say? How does my friend Playmaker say it? That damn Deebo Samuel.
well, of course, the Cowboys
that
tried to
damn
make a
that,
run.
that damn Deebo Samuel.
So then the Cowboys tried to make a run. They put up two fourth quarter scores, a 23-yard, 51-yard field goal, making 23-10. And then Dak Prescott with 8:02 to play, a 5-yard rush. And then, of course, the Niners defense became the Niners defense.
Yep.
So now we move on to 2023 against the Niners.
Oh, don't forget the last play of the game in Dallas. Don't forget the last play of the game when they decided to.
I'll let you explain it.
Okay, the last play of the game. In a playoff game, you're trying to get downfield and get a touchdown. You have no timeouts. Prescott runs the football on a 2nd and 1. Prescott runs the football, gets a 14-yard gain, and hands the ball to his center.
Why? Why? I mean, I know Ezekiel Elliott is a big dude, but he ain't that damn big.
No, he's not. and he kept saying, you know, Tony Romo said, "Oh no, Jim Nantz. I beg your pardon. It was Jim Nantz who said, I don't think this is gonna work out. I mean, the referee's trying to hustle to get in to spot the ball, and the clock goes dead."
I'm thinking that he was thinking that if he gives it to the center can hurry up and spot the ball and they can get a snap off. But dude, no, the ref spots the ball, not the center. You dummy.
I raised so much hell that day because I ran into so many Cowboy fans that were checking in and out of the hotel. I ran into so many Cowboy fans, it wasn't even funny. Okay? Because they found out I'm a 49er fan. Some of my coworkers, they were giving me shit, and I get that. I get that. I had fun. I had fun with them just as they had fun with me. But these deep, how does Victor put it? The moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation. They were deep in tow in that hotel, man.
Well, you know.
They're like, we're going to beat the hell out of the 49ers. Okay. I'm like, on the contrary, we're going to beat the hell out of y'all.
Jimmy Johnson retired, people.
Exactly. Thank you.
He was not on that sideline.
No.
Mike
stupid ass McCarthy is on the sideline. And we know how much of a bonehead he is. He stumbled into a Super Bowl title with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. That's right. He called Aaron Rodgers a game changer, and I have no argument with that.
None here either.
I make no bones with that. He is a game changer.
Mm-hmm. No argument here either. But you're supposed to hand the ball to the referee, not to your center. Idiota. Then we get to this game.
23 the playoffs this year, 22
against the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys get the first touchdown of the game, led 6-3, extra point, shank.
Brett Maher, that's what it says. Robbie Gold, 26-yard field goal to start off the game. Dalton Schultz, 4-yard pass from Prescott. Brett Maher, kick fail.
Shank.
And Robbie Gold tied the game with a 47-yard field goal with 3:03 left in the first half. And then they take the lead with a 9-6 lead on the 50-yard field goal by Gold as the clock expired to end the first half.
Yes.
Then Brett Maher, 25-yard field goal, early in the third quarter, 9:11 play. tied the game at 9.
Yep.
And then Christian McCaffrey with a 2-yard rush made it 16-9.
About that scoring drive, that was extended on an absolutely fabulous catch by George the Animal Kittle. They gave Brock Purdy so much time to throw, and Kittle recognized it was a scramble drill. There wasn't a Cowboy within 10 yards of touching Brock Purdy. Not within 10 yards.
And this was with Micah Parsons on the field.
Exactly. Micah Parsons was in the midst of the defense, and they didn't even touch Purdy. Purdy kept winding up, and finally saw Kittle break free, let it go. Kittle tapped it, caught it. Here comes Trayvon Diggs looking to put the hammer on him and knock the ball loose, and Kittle made one slight move to the left and ducked out of the way.
Boom. First down. I remember that play. That was a great play.
33-yard gain.
That was a great play. But Travis Kelce gets all of the praise and attention.
Exactly. Me and Jody and I watched this game while I was cooking dinner, cooking up some burgers and some other stuff. I turned around just as that play happened, and both of us screamed.
That was a great catch.
Yes, it was. Fabulous catch.
Yeah.
That led to the touchdown that gave the 49ers the lead that they wouldn't relinquish.
Exactly. Brett Maher, the Cowboys responded. Maher kicked the 43-yard field goal, making it 16-12 Niners, and then Robbie Gould with 3:04 closed the game out with a 28-yard field goal where they won 19-12.
The ageless Robbie Gould. And one more. Oh boy. You want to talk about second stupid play? How about this one? I know you're going to turn around in your chair, do another 360 in your chair again while I explain this stupid play.
All right, I'm ready.
Ezekiel Elliott at center. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me see if I still got it. Folks. Okay.
Why?
Push the button.
The ball. Final play looks like barring a penalty. Prescott over the middle of the turn.
Yeah!
Smoked right away. And that'll do it. The 49ers back to the championship game.
All right.
Pow!
Like your boy said, they are scary good. Play-by-play with JJ.
What's up, JJ? One of my mentees, taking him under my wing, helping him learn how to really do play-by-play and do it well, and he's done a great job with his YouTube channel.
Excellent.
So if y'all have a chance to check him out.
So,
but man, what the heck?
So in 4 years, Dak Prescott is 2-4 in 6 games in the playoffs. Right?
Yep.
Lose to Green Bay, they beat Seattle, then they lost to the Rams. I think that was the Rams Super Bowl year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Then they turned around, lost to the Niners. Then they turned around in 22. They beat Tom Brady, sent his ass home.
Yep.
A matter of fact, just a quick word on that. Remember Tom Brady when him and Gisele Bündchen got a divorce because he wanted to play one more year of football.
Mm-hmm.
Played one more year, and now he's regulated to making car rental commercials with a bunny ruckus.
Yep.
Jumping on the couch.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, Gisele Bündchen out here getting it daily, nightly, and oh so rightly from any man of her choice, and I don't know anybody that would turn her down.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they like her or not, that's Gisele Bündchen.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna want that. You're gonna want that on your resume.
Yes.
So now he's sitting in an empty freaking mansion
Mm-hmm.
Can only see his kids whenever, whenever. But you're a divorced male and going on 50.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're a divorced man going on 50 because you want to play one more year of football instead of having your wife to grow old with and whatnot. I mean, what was the point in getting married?
Right.
At any rate, so he lost to the Niners, and we'll see what happens this year.
Yep.
Now,
Yep. I mean, look, if I had a choice between playing one more year and being with my wife and children, I'm taking the wife and children. I'm taking the wife. I'm taking the wife and children. I am very happily married, in the process of building $1 billion empire. I'm a disabled man who has survived pancreatic cancer that's about to build $1 billion empire.
There was nothing for him to win.
There was nothing for him to prove.
Yeah, you won all the Super Bowls thanks to the NFL. All right, you got all the trophies, you got all the money. You can't even spend even if you tried. There are not enough jet skis and motorboats you can buy.
Right.
That would make you go broke.
That'll make you go broke. You got enough for a lifetime, man.
At any rate,
you got enough. You got enough for a lifetime, man.
Let's move on to Brock Purdy mouth.
I remember the first day you said that name to me, man. I remember the first time you said that and why you said it. You're like, he's got a Purdy mouth. and the bad part is that's how I saved you in my phone. When you said the phone number, that's how I saved you. I said Bay, aka Purdy mouth. Because that's like that's the buzzword, I said Purdy mouth.
Purdy mouth. So let's see what Purdy mouth is all about, since he's not a game changer. All right. His first real NFL action, he came in and took a knee.
Yep.
Win against Carolina, 37-15.
Mm-hmm.
Then he played in mop-up duty when they lost to Kansas City, 44-23. He was 4 for 44%, no touchdowns, one pick.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came in and took 3 knees at a win at Arizona, 38-10.
Yeah.
All right. Then, of course, your quarterbacks are down. Because remember, Trey Lance started the year, and then Garoppolo had to come in, and then he got hurt. So you were stuck with Mr. Irrelevant. You were stuck with Mr. Irrelevant. Now, Brock Purdy went on a tear.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He started off with a win against Miami.
Yeah, he did.
All right. With Tua.
Yep.
And
33-17. 33-17.
With Tyreek Hill.
With Tyreek Hill. Yep.
Won 33-17. 25-37, 210, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. But he won. And
that was in pinch hit duty.
He was the starter.
Oh, yeah, that was his first start. I beg your pardon. That was his first start.
He beat Miami. Mm-hmm. Then he turned around and beat Tampa Bay 35-7.
Oh, he killed Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He absolutely destroyed Tampa Bay to the point where the broadcast was being pulled from all over the country. The broadcast was being pulled.
Tom Brady.
Yep. He beat up Tom Brady 35-7.
Tom Brady.
He beat up Tom Brady 35-7 in that game. 35-7.
Yeah. 2 touchdown passes, 1 rushing.
Yep.
6-yard touchdown run. Second win in a row. Then he beat Seattle, 2 touchdown passes, no picks. Then he beat Washington 37-20, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick.
And that game against Seattle was on Thursday night, and that was when George Kittle ran free twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Then he beat the Las Vegas Raiders 37-34.
Mm-hmm.
2 touchdowns, 1 pick. All right. Then they closed it out with a win at Arizona 38-13, 3 touchdown passes.
Yep.
And in none of these games, the highest percentage he had against the Raiders was 284 yards passed.
284. Yep.
284. Other than that, 210, 185, 217, 234, 284, then 178. 3 touchdown passes on 15 completions.
Yeah.
We all know what happened in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get to that. So, open up the season.
Yes.
Pittsburgh, 30-17.
Oh, killed Pittsburgh.
2 touchdown passes.
Absolutely killed Pittsburgh.
30-7. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Then you got 220 though. Pass for 220.
220.
Beat the Rams 30-23. Mm-hmm. No touchdowns, no picks, but a 6-yard touchdown run. 206 passing.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around and beat the Giants. This is this year.
Yeah.
Turn around and beat. I mean, the Giants are a punching bag. So, whatever. So 2 touchdowns.
On Thursday night.
Yeah, 2 touchdown passes. We'll call it. It is what it is.
Yes.
Beat Arizona 35-16, 283, 2 touchdowns, 1 passing, 1 rushing. Another 6-yard touchdown run. Some reason I love them 6-yard touchdown runs. That's three 6-yard touchdown runs. And all his rushing touchdowns, he only got 3, and all of them from 6 yards. That's
all
crazy.
of them 6 yards out.
Then turn around, beat the ever-loving snot out of the Cowboys 42-10. He threw 4 touchdown passes on 252 on 17 completions.
17. Listen again, y'all. 17 completions.
Yeah, keep in mind, he was doing this. What the most passes he had through completed at that point was 25.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then of course we all know the Cleveland game.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what kills me. Nobody wants to. No. Okay. Number one, nobody wanted to give the Cleveland Browns defense any credit.
I do.
But number two,
I do. I watched it.
Brock Purdy put them in position
to win.
To win that game.
Yep, he put him in a position to walk off.
His lowest completion percentage of his career, 44%, 44.44%.
Yep.
125-yard passing.
Mm-hmm.
With a QB rating of 55.3.
Yep.
As far as a starter, his
Mm-hmm.
lowest at that point was 88.8.
Mm-hmm.
His lowest completion percentage at that time, we got 65, 62, 62, 86 in the win against the Raiders last year.
It was low. That was his lowest.
So he's not a game changer, though. With a 55% completion percentage, 44% completion percentage, put him in position to win the game. The kicker missed the kick.
Yeah, Jake Moody missed from 41.
Yeah.
In fact, twice he missed.
And keep in mind, they knocked Deebo Samuels and Christian McCaffrey
out of the game
for halftime.
And yet they were still in a position to win.
And couldn't because of the damn kicker.
Yep.
And an official's call.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Turned around the next week. Now, that was his first loss of his career.
Yeah.
Turned around the next week at Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Lost 22-17 on the final drive of the game. He threw the pick.
He threw an interception.
Yep. Because Deebo Samuel was not on the field.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think he was trying to hit Brandon Ayuk.
He was going for Ayuk.
Yep. 70% completion percentage.
I'm sorry. Did you say 70% completion?
70% completion percentage. 21 of 30.
21 of 30.
1 touchdown, 2 picks, 81.5 quarterback rating.
And I gotta say that's the second game where he's thrown 30 plus passes, because they don't throw the ball that often, and yet they're third in passing yards.
You're right. Let's see, he's only attempted over 30 passes, once in his first game, and then twice against the Raiders. And then then the Giants, that was 37, so that's 3. And then you get down here to Minnesota, that was his 4th time attempting over 30.
Attempting 30 over 30 passes.
Right. Yep. Okay. 81.5 quarterback rating with only 1 sack. Then he followed up the next week where they lost to Cincinnati 22-31. Now, can we count? Yeah, you got to count that as one double-digit loss.
Yep.
One double-digit loss, but he had a 70% completion percentage, 365 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, a 94% quarterback rating.
I didn't realize he threw for 300 plus yards.
Yep, 365. Matter of fact, that's his career high. And this is when all that talk about Purdy, suddenly, the other shoe is dropped.
Yeah.
The other shoe is dropped. All right. So then here we get where Debo finally came back. They won 34-3 at Jacksonville. All right.
And that beautiful pass to George Kittle.
That was game.
That pass to George Kittle.
Turned around.
Oh man.
Kicked
and he was under duress. He was under duress in that game.
But he's not a game changer.
Says you. Says you.
Beat Tampa Bay 27-14. Then turn around
with a 76-yard pass to, I don't know, Brandon Ayuk. Thank you very much.
Beat Seattle the following week 31-13.
In Seattle.
Yeah.
Beat their ass.
And Seattle they're looking like a playoff team, even with your boy out, Geno Smith. Even with him out. I mean, I'm sorry, but Denver did not win that trade.
No, they didn't.
They should have stuck. They should have stuck with Drew Lock.
Yep.
Should have stuck with him because Drew Lock is out there looking good. You cannot lie. We saw him last night.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Philadelphia, the reigning NFC Super Bowl champions, 42-19.
Oh, they smashed Philadelphia.
4 touchdown passes.
I'm just mad. I was so sick I couldn't cover that game because I'd scheduled it. I was so sick that week. But my wife was comforting me while I was watching the 49ers smash Philadelphia.
Smacking that booty, yeah.
I mean,
who's it?
Man, pulverizing their ass. Pulverizing their ass. And he's not a game changer, right?
He's not a game changer.
And they're not winning because of him, right?
Right. But yeah,
right, Cam Newton? Right, Cam Newton? He's not. Cam Newton said he was going to ruffle a lot of feathers, but it's honest. Let me tell you something, Cam Newton. Your assessment of Brock Purdy was not honest.
No, it was not. Everybody else, I can see.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, no.
Especially with Tua. When he put Tua in that sentence, but you included Brock Purdy, and that's a mistake. Dak Prescott has hit his ceiling, and he's going to regress badly.
Yeah.
Badly. The regression is coming. And for all intents and purposes, the regression's coming to Jalen Hurts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He about to get smacked in the mouth with regression. And and everybody wants to say, oh, this is a gauntlet they're going to. Hey, listen, the 49ers have gone through a gauntlet also. And remember, they had a 3-game losing streak. Since then, they've popped everybody in the mouth by double digits.
They only had one bad loss, in all honesty, and that was Cincinnati.
That was Cincinnati.
Matter of fact, you know what they're saying, what the defenses are saying, especially defensive linemen, what they're saying about Jalen Hurts?
What's that?
They said when he takes a snap, he's not reading the defense or looking downfield. He's watching the rush.
Yeah, he is.
He's watching the rush.
He is.
That's what they're getting to him. Because instead of him quick striking and all that, he watching the rush.
Mm-hmm.
While the defense is getting in the position, and by the time he looks up,
yep,
everybody's covered.
Mm-hmm.
So he's either got to check it down or chuck it deep.
Yep.
Or he got to roll out to buy time. He does that a lot. He does a lot of rolling out and scrambling to buy time. That broken field play that Russell Wilson is good at.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because if Russell Wilson, if he's not scrambling around, you got him. He is not a pocket quarterback at all.
Neither is Kyler Murray. And we figured that, and we figured that out late in the first quarter. We got to him 3 times.
Yeah.
We got to Kyler Murray 3 times. And to a point, the same could be said about Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar's a damn game changer. I'll give you that. But Lamar's looking to run more than throw.
At least Lamar has learned. I have to take back, Charles, I apologize. I thought Lamar Jackson could not throw, especially from the pocket. He's proved me wrong. He's proved me wrong.
I was afraid that he would never pick that up because he is so skittish his first couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was wrong because I saw the talent at Louisville.
I'm glad the brother's succeeding. At
Same.
The level.
Same, man.
Quarterback. So I give him his applause. My hat's off to you.
And Monday night going to be a slobber knocker.
Oh, my God. I can't wait for that one.
Monday night's going to be a 50-point game because the defenses are going to get tested and the offenses are going to come to play. Don't be surprised if A, this is a Super Bowl preview, and B, this is a 50-point game. It's going to take overtime. I don't care either way because all the 49ers have to do, and I found out this morning that they only have to win 2 of the last 3 games. They don't have to run the table. No, but they win 2 of the last 3 games and they seal up the number 1 seed because essentially now they have a 3-game lead over both Philadelphia and Dallas because Philadelphia inexplicably lost last night.
Plus they beat them.
Yep, and plus we kicked their ass in Philadelphia.
And y'all beat Dallas.
And we beat the hell out of Dallas in Santa Clara.
Y'all would have to lose all 3 games.
We'd have to lose out to not get that number 1 seed. We would have to lose out, and that ain't happening.
No, it's not.
Because if we beat Baltimore on Christmas night, we're running the table.
So here's what did I say to you? Remember what I text you when y'all made the trade with Washington? What did I text you?
For Chase Young.
Yeah, what did I say?
Remind me.
I said, you son of a bitch.
You did.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, you did. You did.
All y'all needed a boost in your pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy, who's the defensive end that's been there forever? Bosa. Nick Bosa is slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
He's not what, matter of fact, him or Joey are what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
They're slowing down.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So that's really helped boost y'all defense. Let's just be honest, because now y'all have a pass.
And it's given Bosa a second win.
Exactly. Because now
it's given Bosa a second win.
He's not facing double teams or chips.
Nope.
He now has 1-on-1 with the right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved on. They beat Seattle 28-16. All right. Brock threw for 368. And of course, y'all just beat the ever-loving snot out of Arizona 45-29.
Oh, mercy.
So I'm trying to figure out. Oh, so they gave the Kansas City loss to Brock Purdy because he's only played in, they say he played in 20 games, but he's only started 22, 21, 20. He's only started 20 games his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he didn't start in the Kansas City game. So really, he's 19-3.
Mm-hmm.
19-3 in his first 20 games, 24 games. All right. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. With a 68.95 quarterback rating, 42 touchdowns, 11 picks. All right. 115. I'm sorry, 68.95 completion percentage with 115.4 quarterback rating. That's Brock Purdy in 20.
I'm sorry. What was that quarterback rating again?
Quarterback rating was 115.4.
Mm-hmm. And I believe Brock Purdy has led the league in passer rating all year. I believe that to be true.
Now, peek this out. How many games do you think that his QBR dropped below 100?
5.
1, 2,
1.
3,
okay.
4, 5, 6.
6. 6. One off.
6. And only 3 of them was in losses.
Yep.
All right. 3 of them were in losses. But he's not a game changer. He's just a game manager.
So says Cam Newton.
Meanwhile,
I think Cam Newton is jealous because of what Brock Purdy is doing and what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be that game changer. Unfortunately, Cam Newton couldn't throw the ball over 10 yards. No, and he relied on his running more than he relied on his passing acumen, because in a way, Cam Newton was doing what Lamar Jackson was doing early in what Jalen Hurts is doing right now, reading the rush and not reading the defense.
Exactly. Now I'm sitting up here, I'm looking at Dak Prescott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this? These are his quarterback ratings. All right. He's played in, let's say he started 111 games.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback rating. How many times did he crack 100? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57 in 111 games. Giving him a grand total of 98.6.
Oh, Purdy's about to bust that wide open.
Yeah,
Purdy's only in his second year. He's about to blow that. He's about to blow that to shreds.
Mr.
Irrelevant, who is very relevant right now. And I love it. I love it because we're still going to have people saying, oh, they're not winning because of him. He can't do it. He can't do anything. Have you seen him play? That's my question. Have you seen him play? And matter of fact, I said this morning on the morning show. Brock Purdy is 205 yards. In other words, one game, unless they totally bottle him up, and I don't expect the Ravens to. I love the Ravens defense, but they're not going to bottle up Brock Purdy. He is 205 yards away from 4,000 yards. Does Brock remind you, play-by-play with JJ, does Brock remind you of Joe Montana?
Fuck yes.
With his poise and everything else? Yes. His mobility reminds me of Steve Young. So he's a combination of the two. The mobility is Steve Young that spin out to the left against Arizona yesterday. All right?
Brock Purdy reminds me every bit of Joe Montana.
Indeed he does.
Every bit of Joe Montana. From the pocket, he throws on the run. He's very accurate. We just saw
and he climbs the pocket.
Yes.
And he's very smart. If he knows he can't get rid of the ball, he doesn't turn the ball over. That's the other thing. He does not turn the ball over.
How many turnovers do you think Brock Purdy has had in his life?
Not many. I know he's got 9 this year because he's lost 2 fumbles. He's thrown 7 interceptions.
11 so far in 20 games. We're not going to count yet. We're not okay. Let's count 23 games.
Okay.
42 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 6 fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 42 and 17 in his 23 games. Let's count 23 games. We'll count them 23 games. That's an average. That's kind of above average, especially for a guy in his second year.
Yeah.
For a guy in his second year. And we're not even going to count. Okay, you can count fumbles. Fumbles are really a quarterback's fault.
Yes.
But interceptions, you have to show me the interceptions, because a lot of quarterbacks get credited with interceptions from tip balls. All right, receiver, it bounces off the receiver's hands. It gets bounced off at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, you may count it as technically it's an interception, but was it his fault?
Right.
No.
Right.
We don't know, but if we had game tape on his interceptions, I guarantee you have tip balls, you have wide receivers who ran the wrong route. That's what happened with us against Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
2 separate occasions.
Yeah.
Receivers running the wrong routes in the wrong spot. All right. Flacco's not a turnover machine. At any rate.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll let it stand.
Yeah.
All right. 42 and 11 with 6 fumbles within 23 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's get to the playoffs.
Yes, let's.
Where he played 3 games. Kicked the crap out of Seattle, 41-23. 3 touchdown passes. One touchdown run. Guess how many yards it was for?
6 yards.
Yes.
6 yards.
When he gets in the 6-yard line, just look for Purdy. If it's any goal line at the 6, just guard Purdy. Then they beat Dallas 19-12. No touchdowns, no picks, no turnovers, no fumbles. All right. Of course, he only threw 4 passes against Philadelphia before he had the injury.
Yeah.
But he was 4 for 4.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. And it was the first time for him facing that defense. It was the first time for him facing that defense. But man,
he only took 22 snaps.
Right.
Right. He only took 22 snaps. So we're not, even though it's a loss on him because he was a starter,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to count that as a loss on him because they would have beat Philadelphia had he played.
If he would have stayed in the game, it would have turned out, I believe, the way this season's game turned out against Philadelphia, because Philadelphia was hyped after they got the lead 7-0.
Too hyped.
They were too hyped, and the energy was going to run out, and the 49ers would have figured it out. They'd have figured him out.
From what I saw in those 2 playoff games, they didn't trail.
No, they did not.
Trail. They didn't trail. That last one against Dallas, it was a hard-fought game. Mm-hmm. But look at any turnovers?
None.
No turnovers.
In fact, we picked him twice.
Yeah,
I believe we picked him twice. We picked Dak Prescott in every game that he's played against us, playoffs or regular season, because we picked him off in the wild card game, picked him off twice in the divisional, and 3 times in the regular season this year.
His lowest completion percentage in the playoffs was 60%. He went 18 for 30, but he threw 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. I want to say that was Seattle.
Yeah,
that was Seattle, and that was officially his first 300-yard game. If I'm right, that was Purdy's first official 300-yard game.
Let's take a look. You are correct, sir. Because before then, his highest total was 284.
Yep. And this year he has 5 300-yard games. The most is 6 by C.J. Stroud. I have a feeling he'll get number 6 against Baltimore. And it's nothing against Baltimore's defense. It's nothing against Baltimore's defense at all. When I did a quick preview last night of that game, I said it could either go one of two ways. It could be a defensive slobber knocker or it could be an offensive showcase. I'm starting to lean toward offensive showcase like Doug Flutie versus Bernie Kosar in 1984.
Oh, good Lord.
Anybody remembers that game? There were 1,200 yards. There was 1,200 yards of offense. Of course, you know, Hail Flutie, him to Gerard Phelan. Kosar gave his team the lead 45-41, and then Flutie took him down for the miracle. And essentially kicked Miami out of the national championship picture. But it could lean that way, and I think that's what the odds makers are thinking because San Francisco is already laying 5.5 coming out of the gate. According to BetUS.com, they're looking for an offensive showcase.
I think I'm going to tell you what I think the keys to the game are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, of course, Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't think the skill players for the Ravens are better than the Niners defensive players.
No, they're not. And the way Charvarius Ward is playing right now, he's going to draw Zay Flowers as his assignment.
Zay Flowers can play, but he's not better than Ward.
No. And Ward got his first pick 6 ever.
For the Niners, they're not, because the Ravens, they're leading the league in sacks.
Yes.
But the 49ers are leading the league in not giving up sacks.
Exactly.
They have a damn good offensive line because Purdy gets rid of the ball and he can read the pocket.
And remember, that line has gotten better. Because remember, the first 5 weeks, even though we were winning, that line was atrocious.
Yeah.
Giving up sacks in every game. Last week, the Cardinals didn't touch him.
I mean, we beat the hell out of y'all line and y'all quarterback, but I mean,
y'all beat us up. Y'all beat us up, man.
Right? Because
I got no qualms about saying that aloud because I watched it. Y'all beat the hell out of us.
Remember, you left the game.
I had to leave. There was some stuff going on here, and my wife was upset, and I had to calm her down. There was some stuff being said from outside the house, and that takes my attention away quickly more than anything else. So I had to make sure Jody was okay and Sonia was okay because anybody who's married, you know this to be true. There are people within your family that'll talk shit all the time.
Oh my God.
And will make you go crazy. They'll make you go crazy. That's why I'm trying so hard as a disabled man to get this thing going so we can meet our goal of getting the hell out of here by May.
Dude,
and just being us.
My relatives live over 800 miles away for a reason. At any rate,
you know something? That's what we're striving for.
I don't blame you.
Because when it gets to a point where you can't even watch football
on a Sunday,
because Jody came in and checked on me and said, "Are you doing okay?" And I said, "Yeah," because she knew I was calling the game. She heard me. Then she had a conversation with a member of her family,
and that was all she wrote.
And that was it. And I heard her crying,
arguing over dumb shit.
You know why I left that Cleveland Browns game so early? My wife was crying.
You ain't got time for that shit.
I don't.
Let's get back.
I don't, man.
Because you're getting riled up. Let's get back.
Yes. Rein it back in, please.
So, the offensive line, which is going to open up holes for McCaffrey.
And Christian McCaffrey.
There's
your wild card right there.
If he can't get open in the running game, he will definitely get open in the passing game because the Ravens line cannot cover. So
cannot cover a back like McCaffrey.
Nor can they cover Kittle right down the middle.
Right.
Hey, Kittle, right down.
Hey, Kittle, right down the middle. Absolutely.
Can't cover him. So Kittle is going to. I look for Kittle to have a big game.
Same.
I look for McCaffrey to have a big game in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
And I look for they're going to try to shut down Deebo Samuel, but
Brandon Ayuk, because Ayuk is now the deep threat, and Samuel, of course, Samuel's do it all. But I look for Samuel to carry the ball a lot more.
That's what I'm about to say. Because of Shanahan's offensive creativity, you're going to see Deebo Samuel on some reverses. You might see a wide receiver pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might see what they did against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You might see that reverse flea flicker with a pass to Kittle.
You're gonna see some razzle dazzle out of the Niners at maybe at least once per quarter.
What's also going to help the 49ers, they're getting some reinforcements back. Eric Armstead is due back this week. Javon Hargrave is due back this week. Javon Kinlaw. Let's show some love for Javon Kinlaw, the number 1 pick out of South Carolina. What? He's been healthy and he's been tearing shit up.
So Purdy's in 3 games in the playoffs. All right, his completion percentage is it's at 65.8, only because of the Seattle-Dallas game where he had Seattle. Although he threw 3 touchdown passes and ran for 1, was 18 for 30, 60%.
Yeah.
All right, but his quarterback rating was 131.5. In that playoff win against Dallas, 19-12, he was 19-29 for 65% completion percentage.
Right.
14 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, but his rating was 87.4.
Yeah.
So that dropped him down. And then, of course, the 22 snaps against Philly, his completion percentage was 100.
Yep.
And his rating was 90.6.
And that's before he went down.
I'm sorry, no touchdowns. I'm sorry, that was a sack that I read. Excuse me. All right.
But this year, everybody wanted to see what Brock Purdy could do with a full season because they did not give Purdy a pass at the end of last year.
No, they did.
He's just doing this because of this, or he's doing this because of that. Have you ever thought about the fact that he can actually run the offense?
Like, the kid can play.
The kid is wonderful, and he's gotten better each year. He's gotten better each game. Let me change my sentence. He's gotten better each game.
I take that back. Not last year, this year, before the season started, I happened to run across a video of Purdy Mouth when he was in college.
At Iowa State.
Yeah, and he was balling at Iowa State. And I'm like, why was some guy drafted as the last player last year? Why was he the last quarterback taken? Why was he the last player?
Name recognition. I'll answer that question. Name recognition. Everybody wanted everybody else who was supposedly something. And now Jalen Hurts is regressing. Josh Allen is totally regressing. Tua Tagovailoa is regressing. Dak Prescott, he's already reached his ceiling and he's about to crash.
He is where he is. Let's just be honest. Purdy is in his second year, still growing.
Yep. And he's still wanting, and unlike Dak Prescott, still wanting to get better.
Dak Prescott has reached his ceiling.
Yep.
All right. He's a regular season champion. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, that's all he is.
All right. Tua, regular season champion, especially against bad teams, just like Dak Prescott.
Yep.
All right. Who was the quarterback he mentioned? The one up in Detroit?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff has reached his ceiling.
Jared Goff is crashing. Okay.
He is what he is. Now, you want to say game manager? Jared Goff is definitely a game manager, but he's in the top 15 of quarterbacks.
Right.
All right. Because I remember we were trying to decide whether to draft him or who's the guy that's out of the league now that played for Washington last year.
Haskins?
No. Haskins died before then. No, he was the quarterback for Washington. They were drafted 1 and 2 overall. It was Jared Goff and exactly. Can't even remember the guy's name. He was just that bad. He was drafted by the Eagles.
This is where lifetime research comes in.
Yes, go ahead. I hear you typing away.
Yep, this is where we do lifetime. This is where we do lifetime research. Come on. Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. He's out of the league, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone. He's not even in the league. Carson Wentz is not even in the league, but he went number 2 overall?
He went number 2 overall to Philadelphia.
And he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's long gone. And an injury curtailed his career. Because he was about to win the MVP in 2017. The MVP was his. Because he was playing lights out.
Cost his coach's job and then messed around there and backed into a Super Bowl ring.
Yep.
Where he didn't even play.
He didn't throw one pass. And yet he backed into a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jared Goff, he earned his.
Mm-hmm.
He earned his with the Rams. No, he didn't. No, that's right. He wasn't on the Rams. He was traded to the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Rams won the Super Bowl. They had Stafford, so I take that back.
They had Matthew Stafford.
Right, but he wound up turning the Lions into an offensive machine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Ben Johnson, in all honesty, I wouldn't even be looking at trying to hire Bill Belichick to be the Chargers. That man, send that
hell
dude
no
chair somewhere.
Hell no, I wouldn't trust that.
The Chargers need to hire Ben Johnson. They need to hire Ben Johnson because, in all honesty, what you need for a quarterback like that, for the talent that the Chargers have, as far as definitely a quarterback, you need an offensive mind. I mean, Jared Goff is going to the Pro Bowl. Let's just be honest. He's going to the Pro Bowl. He is numbers that he's never put up with the so-called offensive genius out in LA. All right, the guy is playing lights out football for a game manager of a quarterback. So Ben Johnson is a hot commodity. The Chargers need to do everything they can, either the Chargers or the Bears. But I would suggest that he go to the Chargers.
I suggest the Chargers also because the Bears don't have anything going for him. Nothing. They have nothing going.
But outside of that, who was the other? Oh, and Tua. Tua has reached his ceiling.
Tua is about to crash.
He's reached the ceiling.
Yep.
And their playoffs. Look, he is the Dak Prescott of the AFC.
Yes, he is.
You're going to get to the playoffs, but then you're going to go against a team that actually knows how to play real football, and you can forget it.
Exactly. And that team that knows how to play football where you can forget it is going to be the Buffalo Bills.
It's either going to be the Bills or the Bengals.
Yeah.
The Bills or the Bengals. And it's going to be very embarrassing to lose to a backup quarterback if you play the Bengals.
Yep.
Jake Browning
has been brilliant.
To quote Michonne from Infinity War, what was they doing up there all this time?
Oh man,
hearing comeback victories and everything.
Yeah.
Jake Browning, you're like, because Lewis Collier, he's a Bengals fan.
Yes, he is.
At the beginning of the season, he said, "Hey, they need to sit Burrow, let that grass heal, and start their backup quarterback." And I was like, "Well, shit, they might go 0-4
because of the injury to Burrow."
Right. I was like, they might go 0-4 because he'll have to sit for a month to get that calf right.
I'm thinking he may have had to sit for 6 weeks. He may have had to sit for 6 weeks.
You might be right, but I take it back. I think they probably would have came out at 500 if they would have started Browning. Because the dude, he hasn't lost a game, has he?
No, he's not. He beat Jacksonville on the road, and then he beat the Vikings in overtime. He beat Jacksonville on the road, and he beat the Vikings in overtime. And I got to go because I got to take a conference call here. But Point Fire says, Merry Christmas, gentlemen. Love and respect from Toronto. Thank you very much.
All right. Actually, he's 3-0 with 2 overtime wins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So go and get out of here. We've covered everything.
You know what? Let me go ahead and get out of here. I have to take a conference call because, like I said, I'm working on